Meantime, the AI startup Perplexity is close to a deal with Samsung to integrate its chatbot onto phones. Latest sign that the new front in the AI battle is being that default chatbot. Deirdre Bosa explains in today's Tech Check. But Deirdre, here's what I want to know. Does the consumer know it's Perplexity? Because if not, I don't know. I don't know if you get much out of that.
I mean, that's a good question, but does it matter if they find out a way to monetize it, right? They'll just be getting in those dollars. So, and that really just underscores the whole distribution battles. Whoever owns this front door, they win the users, the data, and ultimately the market. So Perplexity making inroads at not just Samsung, but potentially Apple as well, could be positioning itself on both sides of the smartphone duopoly. And this is where the AI distribution battle really starts to take shape. OpenAI is expected to be embedded in Apple's Siri, and of course, it's working on its own device with Johnny Ive. You assume it would be the default there. You've got Google's Gemini still baked into Pixel and Samsung devices for now. Meta's Llama staying in-house, powering its own products and ecosystem. Elon Musk's xAI natively platformed on X, maybe expanding beyond that also. So these aren't just tech partnerships, Kelly. They are distribution pipelines. And in the AI era, they may even be more valuable than model performance itself, especially as models become commoditized. But there's also a cost side to this. Google pays over $20 billion a year to be the default search engine on Apple and Samsung devices. Perplexity with AI chatbots may be taking a different path. CEO Arvind Srinivas has said that the Motorola deal that exists, it wasn't about revenues as it was about users, and they weren't making money off of their sales. So this is more of a land grab strategy aimed at volume, not margins. It could also mean that for now, Perplexity won't generate meaningful revenue from these deals. So yes, it's racking up distribution, but unlike Google with its massive ad platform, it's not yet clear if that distribution converts to dollars. Still, it is worth noting investors don't seem to care. Perplexity is in talks to raise another round of $14 billion valuation, which tells you everything, Kelly, about this phase of the AI race. Revenue, that's optional. Distribution, it's not, because you want to be at the front door where everyone is coming in to use the chatbots, and it may not matter which one.
And I'm going to say something unfair to Perplexity, because I know a lot of people love them, but its I think this is coming from a place of weakness, not strength. Its valuation is, what, a tenth of OpenAI, and it hasn't really budged much in recent months. It hasn't gotten more traction. It started with pretty good name recognition, but when you are up against ChatGPT becoming the lingua franca, now that people, who used to Google it, and it's a consumer product that in the long run is going to have much more value than kind of a back-end AI model plugged into a device. I don't know.
It's an interesting point. Although what I will say, Kelly, is that people out here are pretty excited about the browser. They're calling it Comet. That's not out. It's expected to be out any time now. But they say, people I talk to say that could be the real game changer.
From Perplexity?
Right, from Perplexity. OpenAI has sort of the chatbot that you log into, but a browser could take Perplexity to the next level.
All right. I'm sure everyone's working on. Who else was working on it? I thought, isn't ChatGPT itself working on a browser? And Google already has integrated Gemini into the browser, right?
Right, but Google may be losing Chrome.
Yeah, I know.
Who knows? I know, but the browser is interesting because it also is kind of counter narrative, right? You think that AI is going to jump to voice and maybe go off the browser altogether or into an app. But I think there's still a lot of excitement around the browser because of what it can do as an agent.
No, I do like the browser play. All right. We'll keep an eye out for it. Deirdre, thanks. Deirdre Bosa.